emerging technologies, social stability, resource security, food security, territorial security, regime or government security, and so on, America.
He is talking about America is ahead of all these indices, okay? What he's talking about. So that's China behind those issues, okay? And then also he is talking about
head on all of these indices and will remain so for the foreseeable future. And third, China might in many respects be a strong state, but it is a strong state overseeing a weak and fragile country. The legitimacy of the Chinese Communist Party and its capacity to remain in power ultimately depends on improving lives of its citizens. It can't just use more and more of national resources for national power without political domestic consequences. Now, already the CCP is managing a country with, by its own official numbers, 180,000 instances of mass unrest being defined as 50 or more people protesting against government entities or government officials. It simply cannot pour more and more national resources into the advancement of national goals without focusing somewhat internally. Now finally, China's internal fragility means that it cannot afford a major foreign policy disaster or economic disaster for the CCP to remain in power. The CCP has 1 million military-trained People's Armed Police units solely devoted to controlling domestic unrest. Now, this is a sign of a country that may appear strong from the outside, but is significantly vulnerable from the inside. Now, a foreign policy or economic disaster may bring down an American government, that's true. It may bring down an administration, but it won't bring down a whole political economy. Such a disaster will bring down the whole Chinese political economy if the CCP fails. Now, if you look at all of these factors, all things considered, this to me does not seem like a power with the economic base.
So he's talking about just on economic base. China not going to be dominant in the world. Okay. So the title is why China will not become dominant power in Asia. So then Japan-China relations. And I didn't know that Mr. Takahara is who he is, and he's talking about Chinese relationship is like here. Oh, here. Mr. Takahara contrasts resilient versus fragile, and Japan-China relationship much more resilient relationship. We need to build it up, he said. And this sentence I pick up somewhere from different person's opinion, but exactly the same message is. Do you see differences in the way different regions build their resilience strategy? What do you think they should do specifically to learn from each other? This is what he's talking about. Not what he's saying, but he's talking about this one.
What do you mean by resilience?
Resilience is fugenryoku. Resilience, like bamboo. Resilience.
Flexible.
Automatically adjusting. Fragile is like glass. Right? Well, I think Chinese way, this is Chinese culture, resilience. Resilience. And Takahara talking about these issues. I show you his face, only his face, okay, who he is. You have a look. I don't show you that this one is no time.
Hi, I am Jacob Albrun, the editor of the National Interest, and my guest today is Akio Takahara, professor of politics at Tokyo University, who has just flown into Washington, D.C. today and is was kind enough to give us an interview almost right after he stepped off the plane. Professor Takahara, relations between Japan and China seem to have become increasingly tense in the past couple of years. Why?
Well, all sorts of reasons.
That's
One
right.
is the issue of the Senkaku Islands, which China began to claim that they belonged to theirs 40 odd years ago. And also we have the history issue. These two are the major issues that we have with China at the moment. But security, I would say, is the most important issue. The Chinese are developing their military capabilities, and they are
He can speak English very well, right? Very few Tokyo University professors cannot speak English like him. Usually they are strong Japanese accent, but he's very good.